Hello, and welcome back to another episode of The Good, the Bad, the Sports. Let's jump right in to today's good news. For the good news today, we take a look at the NBA, and more specifically, we take a look at Bam Adebayo. Now, you might be asking, who's Bam Adebayo? He's the star player of the Miami Heat. Now, what's significant about Bam Adebayo is on March 10th, 2026, Bam Adebayo and the Heat took on the Washington Wizards. But what's even crazier is Bam Adebayo scored a historic 83 points. Now this puts him in an elite club. He surpassed Kobe Bryant's record at 81 and now sits 17 points behind Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game, which is just, I don't even know if anybody's going to meet that, but it will be possible with the amount of threes being shot by people, and I do one day think Wilt Chamberlain's 100 points might be broken. But just crazy, 83 points by himself in one game. Now, there has been some backlash against this game because he got to the free throw line 43 times. And he made 36 of 43 free throws, meaning that people are pissed that 36 of his points came from free throws, which is kind of absurd how they're fouling him 43 times. But that obviously helps, but he did still was 43 from the field goal line, which is almost 50%, and 7 of 22 from the three-point line, which for a bigger guy is very, very good. And it's the highest point total in the league's three-point era since 1979. So that's our new era, is our three-point era. And this is now like the StatCast era where they track all the metrics, all the stats. And Bam Adebayo scored the highest total because obviously Wilt Chamberlain was a while, and Kobe Bryant's record got beat by 2 points by Bam Adebayo. But just crazy for our good news today.
Three points for Bam Adebayo. He will come out of the game and hear it from the crowd.
Now, let's move on to today's bad news. For the bad news today, we take a look at NFL free agency. Now, there was one big free agent, and he actually got traded, but from the Baltimore Ravens and between the Baltimore Ravens and the Las Vegas Raiders. More specifically, you might know him as Maxx Crosby. Yes, Maxx Crosby is the star defensive end for the Las Vegas Raiders, and over the past few years, he's expressed his regrets for being on his team and how he just wants to be traded. So, it finally happened, and he got traded to the Baltimore Ravens. And you might be like, then why is it the bad news? Because the trade fell through. Now, this trade fell through because about a year ago, Maxx Crosby had knee surgery because he's like always hurt. And the trainer and everybody started to say that he was healing and it was going well. But the Ravens facility did a physical exam and said he's not fit to play. Well, he's starting to become fit to play, but his knee is not going to be good for a long-term investment that the Ravens were going to be making, which is why the trade fell through. Now, this is significant because now the Raiders are in debt for signing new free agents because they have to pay like $30 million. But now Maxx Crosby's still stuck on his terrible Raiders football team where he could have gone to a Super Bowl contender if they had Maxx Crosby with the Ravens. But just crazy stuff that happened with the free agency this year. For the big sports topic today, we're going to look at teen injuries. Now, I know in the past we've done injuries related to football and adults, but today we're going to talk about teen injuries and how they're so prevalent nowadays. Starting off, now, studies have shown that when teens play one sport year-round, only one sport, their injuries go up to about 5 times or 10 times as more likely to get injured because they're not building all different muscles. For example, if you're playing baseball, you're mostly using your arm rather than your legs, which might cause your legs to get hurt when going to run around the bases. Now, another fact is that 45% of teens play through an injury, meaning that when they're hurt, they hide it and play through it, and their parents have told them, or they just don't say anything and play through the pain, and it gets just increasingly worse. Also, on another note, people who play for multiple teams in one sport can get burned out because of constant playing and more likely to get severe injuries because they're using those same muscle groups and same bones that are in that one sport. So studies show that you should spread out your sports to try and stay very athletic and well-rounded in the body. And lastly, studies have shown that teens are 3 times higher to get injured because they're in the growing stage. So there's a lot of growth plate injuries and injuries that are related to teens being young and starting to grow. And yeah, that's all.